Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. Fine. You can go up there. I love the text here. It says Princess Rudo got the spiritual stone, but why Princess Rudo? Oh my goodness, I finally found my mother's stone. I got very upset when Lord Jabu Jabu swallowed it. While I was feeding him, he suddenly swallowed me. I was so surprised I dropped it inside. A lot of stuff there just does not make sense. But now that I've found it, I don't need to be in here anymore. So take me home right now. And once we try to approach, this happens. And there's our mini-boss. This thing's kind of tricky to deal with, because you have to use the boomerang to freeze it, but then it starts spinning, and the goal is to try and get it facing the right way. I'm not sure if jump attacks matter too much there. I mean, you can play a game of cat and mouse and try and... I'm getting... I got really... Oh, yeah, jump attacks do matter there. I got really lucky on that. Half the time when I throw the boomerang to try and freeze him, he's still facing me and not the way that I need him to face, where his weakness area is exposed. So we're fortunate for that. There's a fairy. I'm gonna catch it. Now if I die, the fairy will automatically revive me with full health. It won't necessarily be full health if you're doing this on a normal run and you have more than 3 hearts, but for the purposes of this, it's always going to be full health. That's how a minimalist run works. And to deal with these, well, to deal with pretty much everything, you just boomerang it. Deal with him too. These things only stay frozen for so long, and then they become all wiggly and rubbery again. And they're also electrified, like a lot of things in this stage. Now, I'm not sure how all these platforms and stuff work, being inside the anatomy of a giant whale, but where all these switches and things came from and doors. I do really like the design of the doors in that, but still, the realism factor, it's all very odd to think of this all being inside a living being. Then again, I suppose we also have a lot of little viruses, bacteria, and stuff that can get inside us, so not too different. We probably don't have a Link inside of us throwing boomerangs around, but so maybe there are some differences. I like to clear out the jellyfish here, just so they don't get in my way, because that's what jellyfish like to do. Then we'll climb up. And that's one of the things for the tokens, but we're not collecting those, because minimalist. And to deal with this, all you have to do is target it. If you're too close, that'll happen. If you're too far, that'll happen. But if we're just right, then we're like Little Red Riding Hood. Only we're green, and a guy. So not like Little Red Riding Hood at all. We're also not fighting the 3 bears in here either. But we're getting to this boss, and I do enjoy battling this thing. I don't remember its name, but it'll show us. Mainly I enjoy it because there's a lot of boomerang throwing going on here. I really like the Grenade. I really like how they make use of the boomerang here in the boss battle. I just like how in general they make use of whatever item we get from the dungeon. But of course it does become very typical to figure out how to battle whatever boss you're currently at, because you just need to use whatever item you got from the dungeon, and this is a pattern that's that we see throughout Zelda games. Especially with the, starting with this one in the 3D games, the bosses pretty much became like this. We just have to keep throwing our thing. Now you'll see he's sunk, so we have to kill all these giant jellyfish. We do that with our boomerang as well. You can probably get 3 or 4 of them in one go. That was convenient. And now we're at the final part of fighting this guy, where we throw the boomerang at him again. That's so very different. And then he'll sink down, he'll blast. Yes, thank you for the demonstration. He'll blast lightning at us. His attacks don't hurt too much, just don't get hit too many times. But most of his attacks only deal a quarter part of damage, so I'm not too worried about it. Hey. And that's it. And then he gets all bubbly and boily and explodes. And green slime juices are everywhere. Link must be covered in that stuff. That would be really gross. He's standing right in the midst of it. And we're going to not grab the heart container, but I will grab that heart.
You're late. What took you so long? You're useless. I was just lonely, that's all. Just a little.
Yeah, I missed you too. Just like I missed having a bad dream. Yeah, this is kind of an interesting scene. You're like face to face, and then Link, surprised, goes backwards and then falls off a log into water.
You looked cool. Cooler than I thought you would anyway, just a little. Well, anyway, you saved me, so I guess I'll reward you. What do you wish? Just tell me.
If you say nothing really, again, it forces you to say the spiritual stone. I guess that's one thing I don't really like about this game, or they kind of do that throughout the Zelda series in general, is giving you the appearance of multiple choices when really the game just forces you to take the one choice. Like, why even have the choices there? It doesn't make sense. I mean, you'll get some weird text if you choose the no option or that. But other than that, it doesn't affect anything gameplay or plot-wise. And with that, we got the Zora Sapphire, the only one that has like 3 different gems instead of just 1 in it, as far as the colored gem pieces go. So now we're ready to go back and see the princess. Don't worry, I don't think I want to talk to your father. Oh, that's right. You made me fall in the water, and now I have to swim. But now we can go inside Lord Jabba Jabba anytime. Anytime you run up to him, he just opens his mouth for you. It kind of amusing. I don't know, maybe he thinks you're gonna feed him fish again. And there's Princess Rudo with, there's one of those things. With the Zora King there. And now it is time for one more graceful dive. Alright, time to get out of here. Being inside that giant whale has traumatized me. At least it would if it actually happened to me. That'd be a really crazy thought. But to get back through here quickly, we'll just jump in this water. There's a bunch of rupees and stuff you can pick up if you have space to carry any more money. Although there is one thing to spend, to really spend money on in this game, and that's the, look at all this money I'm getting. And that's the magic beans that guy right there sells. I mentioned those in the previous part, so I'm not going to rehash that here. But we can swim our way out of here. And now it doesn't really matter if you go back to the castle at day or night. The next cutscene that we're going to see here will still happen. Actually, notice the gate is up and it's not even nighttime yet, so that tells you that something is going to happen here. And it got ominously dark even though we can still see the sun in the sky, and we triggered the cutscene because we got close enough. And Princess Zelda threw the Ocarina of Time, and we turn around, and this is just like the dream sequence from the beginning of the game. Only now we have a sword and shield. You, over there, little kid. You must have seen the white horse gallop past just now. Which way did it go? Answer me. So, you think you can protect them from me? You've got guts, kid. I love his reaction to this, but at the same time, you know, we end up becoming the hero that ends up defeating him. And he could have just ended Link here. The stage just does that. Do you realize who you are dealing with? I am Ganondorf, and soon I will rule the world. And then, regardless of what happens, I believe it does become daytime after this. And we just have to dive down and grab the ocarina. And we'll miss it. That's really gonna miss it. There we go. And then as soon as we pick it up, even while we're still swimming, we go into this scene.
Link, can you hear me? It's me, Zelda. Link, when you hold this ocarina in your hand, I won't be around anymore.
Dun dun dun.
I waited for you, but I couldn't delay any longer. At least I could leave you this ocarina and this melody.
This song opens the door of time, and it's been playing in the background to the Temple of Time the whole time. So anyone could have figured this out, really. But yes, there's the Song of Time.
Now, Link, play this melody in front of the altar in the Temple of Time. You must protect the Triforce.
And suddenly we're not swimming anymore. Yeah, I don't know how that makes sense either, but, well, since this is a minimalist run, we don't have anything else we need to do besides, carry forward with the story. So, onward to the Temple of Time. See, the Song of Time is playing in the background. But I suppose you do need the ocarina specifically in order to do what you need to do here. And the 3 spiritual stones. I'm playing this wrong. I know I just learned the song, but clearly I was not paying attention that well. And with that, we trigger the spiritual stones flying around over our head. And now the door of time has opened. But what's behind there? Well, we'll find out next time.